Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we unpack the secrets behind the business world's most important documents. And today, we're about to see if BBLG Corporation is setting itself up for a big success or a big stumble in the coming year. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community, linked in the description below to keep the conversation going. Alright, we're looking at a Form 8K filing from BBLG Corporation, also known as Biologics Corporation. Now, an 8K is basically a report of major events that shareholders should know about. This particular filing is all about a press release they put out on the 8th of January 2026. So, what is the big news here? The company is giving us a look back at what they accomplished in 2025 and giving us a peek at their plans for 2026. Think of it as a year-end review and a New Year's resolution all rolled into one for investors. Before we get into the details from the press release, let's quickly confirm some basic company info. This is BBLG Corporation, incorporated in Delaware with file number 001-40899. They are the registrant, meaning they are the ones filing this report. Now, let's talk about what BBLG actually does. According to their filing, they have common stock with a par value of $0.001 per S-share, which is pretty standard. They also have warrants to purchase common stock. These are essentially options that give someone the right to buy stock at a certain price in the future. And where can you find their stock? You can trade BBLG and their warrants on the Nasdaq capital market. This tells us they are a publicly traded company, so these filings are super important for anyone keeping tabs on them. Okay, so the main event here, according to item 7.01, is this Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is all about making sure that when a company releases material information, it is released to everyone at the same time, not just to a select few. So by filing this 8K with the press release attached, they are making sure all investors have access to the same information. The core of this filing is Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release. While the filing itself doesn't give us the nitty-gritty details of the press release, it tells us the press release covers corporate, scientific, and operational milestones from 2025, and importantly, their strategic outlook for 2026. This is where the real story about the company's direction and potential is hidden. Think about what this means. They are broadcasting their achievements and their future plans. If they had a really strong year in 2025, highlighting scientific breakthroughs or significant operational improvements could signal strong future growth. Conversely, if 2025 was a bit of a quiet year, the focus would shift to their 2026 outlook to see if they have a compelling plan to turn things around or accelerate progress. The crucial part for us is looking beyond the positive spin that a press release often has. We need to understand what these milestones actually mean. Did they achieve a scientific breakthrough that could lead to a product? Did operational milestones mean they became more efficient? Improving their bottom line, and what does this strategic outlook for 2026 entail? Does it involve expanding into new markets, launching new products, or perhaps focusing on cost cutting? Without the actual press release content here, we have to infer. By releasing this on the 8th of January 2026, they are setting the stage for the year ahead. This is their way of telling the market, here is what we've done, and here is where we're going. For investors, this is a prime opportunity to assess if the company's trajectory is exciting and if their strategy makes sense. It is particularly important for a company like Biologics Corporation, likely operating in the biotech or medical device space where innovation and market adoption are key. Now, let's consider the exhibits listed. We have Exhibit 99.1, the press release itself, and then there is Exhibit 104. This Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the XBRL tagging system designed to make financial data more machine readable, which is great for researchers and algorithms, but less exciting for us as viewers unless there are specific, standout numbers we can extract from it directly. However, for this filing, the main substance is in that press release. The signature block at the end confirms the filing is on behalf of Biologics Corporation, signed by Jeffrey Frelick, the Chief Executive Officer, on the 8th of January 2026. This signifies that the company's leadership is officially endorsing the information contained within this report. The CEO signing off on this means they stand by the statements made in the press release. So, what is the big takeaway here? This filing is essentially BBLG Corporation's way of communicating its performance in the past year and its vision for the next. The real value for us is in decoding the press release that is attached. We need to know what milestones they hit in 2025 and what their strategy for 2026 entails. Were there significant scientific advancements that could lead to new revenue streams? Did they achieve operational efficiencies that point to better profitability? And crucially, does their strategic outlook for 2026 present a compelling growth story or a plan to overcome challenges? Looking at it from a strategic perspective, companies often use these year-end summaries and outlooks to manage investor expectations and to galvanize internal teams. If the press release highlights significant progress in research and development, it might signal a near-term commercialization opportunity. If it focuses on market expansion or partnerships, it suggests a strategy to increase market share. However, it is vital to remember that press releases are often carefully crafted. The true test will be in how well they execute their 2026 strategy and how those milestones translate into tangible financial results and shareholder value down the line. We need to look for concrete achievements rather than vague promises. For a company likely in a competitive and rapidly evolving industry, like biotechnology, keeping a close eye on their scientific progress and market positioning is paramount. In my opinion, this filing is like an appetizer. It sets the table but doesn't give us the full meal. The true insight lies within the press release itself. We need to ask, are these 2025 milestones truly game-changing or just incremental steps? Does the 2026 outlook offer a clear path to revenue growth and profitability, or is it filled with buzzwords and hopeful aspirations? The lack of specific financial tables in this particular 8K means we can't analyze hard numbers here. But the nature of the press release described corporate, scientific, and operational points us toward areas we'd want to dig into if we had the full document. For Bone Biologics Corporation, the key will be translating scientific innovation into commercial success. The risks here are always about the long development cycles, regulatory hurdles, and the competitive landscape. But the opportunity, if they have truly impactful science, is immense. Alright, that is our decoder on this BBLG Corporation filing. What is your take on the importance of these year-end reviews and future outlooks? Do you think they offer genuine insight, or are they mostly PR? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown helped you understand what to look for in these kinds of reports. Give this video a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe for more deep dives into the corporate world. And remember, the conversation continues in our Discord community, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decode.